another episode of Rochelle's Creative Dishes, where good food changes the mood. Don't forget to hashtag good food changes the mood, RCD lavender, lemon pepper. Now guys, I'm gonna tell y'all, Birmingham has been showing Chef Rochelle some love, okay? So a couple of weeks ago when I was down in the Magic City Classics, I met my girl, Heather. I'm super excited to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me. I'm so happy to be here. I brought something special for you guys.
Oh, you did?
Yes, girl.
Okay. Sugar cane.
Yes, ma'am.
Sugar cane. All right. So what do we have here?
So one of the things that I found that people really love around the Christmas time are cheesecakes.
Okay.
And so just to take a little bit of the intimidation and the longevity out of the process, we got mini cheesecakes here today.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you how to do a plain mini cheesecake with a couple of different garnish or topping options. So that's what we're going to do.
Okay, question now. Now, are these like the no-bake ones, or do you have to put a cheesecake in the oven?
No, this is a adaptation of a oven-baked cheesecake, so they do have to go in the oven.
Okay.
But they don't take as much time,
All right.
and you don't necessarily have to do the water bath. I know that's really intimidating when it comes to whole cheesecakes. They're usually baked in a water bath to make sure they come out real smooth.
Very intimidating for me.
These you can bake them with a water bath, but because they're in the oven for such a limited amount of time, it's not necessary. So you can just put the muffin tin straight into the oven.
Okay.
Yep.
So by the way, cheesecake is my favorite dessert.
Yes.
And I really haven't tapped into the baking. And you know, honestly, I was going to start with cheesecake, so I'm so glad that we connected and you were able to give me some tips and I'm able to bring you on.
Absolutely.
And you can show me some things. So let's get into it. So what are we doing, Heather?
Okay, so first of all, this is real simple.
Okay.
You know, so we have our graham cracker crust. Everything is made from scratch. So I just took about 10 sheets of the whole graham crackers.
Okay.
You have that, you have a tablespoon of sugar, you have 6 tablespoons of melted butter, and then I took a tablespoon measure and spooned it into 12 muffin tins.
Okay.
Like you can just use regular cupcake liners, very simple.
Simple.
Very simple. Your at-home baker should be able to do this, okay? So once you have your 10 sheets of graham cracker, your tablespoon of sugar, your 6 tablespoons of melted butter, you're gonna mix it all up. You're gonna take your tablespoon measure and put it in here, and you can, everything is adaptable, you know?
Okay.
A lot of people really like the crust on cheesecakes.
I do.
Yes, so that's a tablespoon for the crust lovers.
Okay.
If you don't like that much crust, about half a tablespoon. You can really adapt it to however you like it, okay? Once you portion it into your cups, you're gonna bake it at 335 degrees for about 4 minutes, and you're gonna pull it out and you're gonna let it cool, and that's what we have here.
Okay.
So our crust is baked, and we're ready to work on our filling.
Listen now, so are you telling me, wait, y'all, wait. So are you telling me that baking for a beginner is this easy?
Absolutely. I started as a cook with my grandmother, so I was very bad at baking at first. The only thing that you have to remember with baking is, for the most part, you do need to measure exactly. I know with cooking, it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
Wait.
But you gotta measure, Rochelle, you gotta measure.
Listen, y'all already know, if you have been following me, I don't measure anything. However, I'm gonna make sure you guys have all the measurements when my cookbook come out. But for the most part, if you follow me on Rochelle's Creative Dishes, we're gonna just make it do what we do. But I understand that I need to get some structure when I'm baking.
Baking is a whole other thing. So now we're gonna work on our filling, okay?
All right.
So for the filling, we have 2.5 blocks of cream cheese. You want it softened, very, very soft. A lot of people do not leave their cream cheese at room temperature, and you end up with a lumpy cheesecake.
Okay.
And that just, it doesn't look good, and it really just doesn't taste good. So the softer your cream cheese is, the better. It can handle being out for a few hours. You really want it soft, because once you start mixing in your other ingredients, it's only going to, you know, be harder to work out the lumps as you go. Okay? So we have our 2.5 blocks of cream cheese in our mixer. We're going to start mixing it on low. And you're gonna mix it on low because you don't want to whip too much air into your cheesecake. That's how a lot of people get cracks on the top. So you just want to put it on low. And because it's already soft, you're just trying to get it started.
I'm excited to do this, because I actually have not a KitchenAid, but I have something similar to that. But I'm sure it would do the same job, right?
It does the same job. You can do it with a hand mixer.
Okay.
And I wanted to make the note about the cream cheese being really soft. If you're using a hand mixer specifically, you want the cream cheese to be very, very soft.
Okay.
Because it just doesn't have as much power as a motored mixer.
Okay.
So, you know, you just want to make sure that it's at room temperature. Okay, so we've got that working. While we got that working, we have 3/4 cups of granulated sugar. Okay. So we're just going to add that in gradually. And this will help lighten up your cream cheese. As you see it working in, you'll see it become more of like a whipped consistency.
And the sugar does that?
The sugar does that.
Okay.
The sugar does that. So I'm gonna stop right there. It's really important when you're baking anything to scrape down your bowl.
Okay.
With any mixer, but especially with these hand mixers. They're really fast and they have a lot of power, but they sometimes tend to push your ingredients up the side of the bowl.
Okay.
So especially since we want our batter to be really smooth and consistency, you wanna make sure that you're scraping your bowl down so everything gets mixed in, because if you wait until you've added everything else and you try to reincorporate that, it's going to create lumps. Okay.
Y'all,
Really
I didn't
smooth.
think that baking was this simple. Like, I really didn't. However, I'm super excited to make some, lemon lavender cheesecake bites.
Now we're going to add 2 tablespoons of sour cream. Okay. Now this is really, you can use light sour cream, but it's the holidays and it's cheesecake.
Okay.
Use full fat sour cream.
Okay, full fat.
Use your full fat cream cheese. Use your full fat heavy cream.
Okay.
Worry about it later.
Full fat everything.
Full fat everything. Worry about it later. Okay.
Worry about it later. Heather. I'm loving it.
Worry about it later. We have 1.5 ounces of heavy cream, and this is going to help give it some, thin it out a little bit to a batter consistency, but it's still going to maintain the creaminess. Okay.
Now let me ask you a question. If I wanted to flavor that, do I start flavoring it while it's in this stage?
Yes, we're gonna get to that in 2 seconds. We have to add our eggs. I recommend the egg being one of the last ingredients that you add, just in case you want to change your flavor or taste for quality purposes. You don't have to worry about consuming the egg. Okay.
All right.
So
does it change the flavor? Because I'm very interested in this, because I'm ready to like bake up something real quick. Now, does it really change the taste when you put the egg in it?
No, so the egg is just for kind of like a combining effort.
Okay.
So for this particular recipe, we have 2 whole eggs and 1 egg yolk. And so the richness of the egg is in the yolk. So it really just adds to the creaminess, to the overall consistency of your egg, of your cheesecake with the egg. So I'm stopping one more time. I'm gonna scrape.
Can I try that?
Yeah, you can taste it right now. It's we haven't added any flavor.
I actually want to see how. So you're saying you want to make sure that the scraping is like
you want to scrape the size, and you want to make sure the bottom everything gets incorporated.
Do you scrape this off too?
Scrape the paddle. Yep.
Okay.
Because you don't want anything stuck on there that hasn't incorporated. Like I said at the end, it's going to get really smooth. You'll see once I add the egg and once I add our flavoring extract, it's going to get really smooth. See, right now it just kind of tastes like sweet cheese.
Exactly.
So for your cheesecakes, your flavorings come from your extracts and your toppings. Okay. So she's scraped. We're gonna lock it. We're gonna turn it back on, and we're going to gradually add our eggs. Now, most recipes say one at a time. One at a time-ish. You just want to make sure that your egg is mostly incorporated before you add the next one. And that's just to make sure that your mixture doesn't go everywhere. I'm working with a smaller bowl. So you just want to be gradual so that your mixture stays in the bowl and not on you. I'm telling you from experience. Okay. You don't want to wear cheesecake batter.
I don't want it on me.
You don't want it on you.
Okay.
And this is where we're going to add our flavoring. Okay. So for a plain cheesecake, the base flavor is vanilla. Okay. So you always, no matter what kind, in my opinion, no matter what kind of cheesecake you're making, you want to add at least vanilla extract. Okay. So for this one, we're going to add a teaspoon.
Wait a minute, Heather. Do I have? Because I think I tried to taste. I don't put it in my hair. Is it up there?
It's not in your hair.
Okay.
You're good. It's not in your hair.
Girl.
It's not in your shirt.
I thought I had.
Wait a minute. Got a little bit on your hand.
Okay. Listen here. I'm ready to
Look,
get into this
she is
cheesecake.
into this cheesecake, y'all.
Yes.
Okay. But yes, it's a little messy. It's all right. Okay, so for this one, this is a ½ teaspoon measure, so we're going to do 2 of these.
Now, does it matter what extract you use? Can I use like vanilla bean or lemon?
Yes.
Okay.
This is exactly where you can customize your cheesecake. Okay. So for just like a plain, if you're looking for like just the plain flavor that you get in a bakery when you order a plain slice of cheesecake, vanilla is the base.
Okay.
If you wanted to incorporate, like for instance, I offer a peach cobbler cheesecake. You can add some peach extract.
Wait. Wait.
See, I gotta come back for
You
that.
didn't tell me that. You didn't tell me all that.
Yes,
Peach
ma'am.
cobbler cheesecake.
Peach cobbler cheesecake.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
We'll talk about that
We'll
later.
talk about that.
About it later. Okay.
But absolutely. So your extract is where it's gonna lend your cheesecakes most of your flavor.
Okay.
Okay. So right now we have the cheese, we have the vanilla. And here I have a couple of options. So cheesecake is very rich. Okay. You see we added the cream cheese full fat, heavy cream full fat, sour cream full fat. I like to add a little bit of lemon. And it doesn't make it a lemon cheesecake.
Okay.
It just cuts the richness.
Okay.
It's a balanced thing, okay?
All right.
And so for that, I tend to just squeeze in a wedge. This is really the only part of the recipe that doesn't have a measurement. You don't want a lot, like I said, because you're not trying to make it a lemon cheesecake. You just want to cut the richness.
Okay.
But if you don't have fresh lemons, you can use a half a teaspoon of lemon extract. If you wanted to make it a lemon cheesecake, you can bump it up to a teaspoon or a half a teaspoon.
Okay.
Of course,
the extract.
Of the extract.
Okay.
To coordinate with whatever flavor you want.
I think I'm going to put some lavender in there when I
Do it.
now.
Do it. Yes.
Y'all going to be seeing Chef baking now. I'm going to start incorporating. I'm going to start with cheesecake because this whole process has seemed very simple for me. And I think that I probably have been intimidated by baking, but I love different desserts. And my favorite is cheesecake. And my other one is like red velvet cake. But we're going to start with the cheesecakes first.
We have our batter already ready to go. And I would suggest that towards the end, once you do your final mix, if you see any pieces that are still too clumped up, don't smooth them in.
Can I taste that?
Absolutely. Okay. Let me get some on here. And so this is our final batter with our lemon juice, our extract.
All right, guys.
And this is really a good point to taste.
That's a cheesecake.
Thank you so much.
That is a cheesecake.
Even though it has the egg, I would still suggest that you taste your batter at this point because this is what your final cheesecake is going to taste like. Yeah. If you're satisfied with your batter at this point, this is what your overall. This is what it is. Okay. You're done. You are good to go. Okay. So now that we're done, we're going to portion into our pre-baked crust. And for this, I use a ice cream scoop. Okay. It's what I use in my bakery for all my cupcakes. It ensures that everything is the same size. Okay. So everything bakes evenly. You want to scoop it to pretty much the top of the thing. Go ahead and get in there.
You're out here.
Go ahead and get in there. Now that we have our batter in our cups, we're going to bake these at 335 degrees for 15 to 20 minutes. One thing that really gets people with cheesecakes, they're not able to tell when they're done. A way that you can check is if you jiggle your pan and it's set on the top, meaning it doesn't still look liquidy like this. If it looks nice and smooth, but there's still a little bit of jiggle, go ahead and pull them out. Okay? Okay. So 335 degrees, 15 to 20 minutes, and we'll be right back when they're done.
Okay. Well, it's been 25 minutes. The cheesecakes are ready. I am ready to see how you're going to top these, Heather.
Yes, so, we did the plain cheesecake so that you can pretty much customize them yourself. You can do several fruit compotes. You can do a chocolate drizzle. Some people like them plain. But today we have just a little bit of fresh whipped cream. We have some fresh strawberries and just a little assortment of sprinkles. So in here, I have some homemade whipped cream. Whipped cream is super simple. A cup of whipped cream, 1/4 cup of powdered sugar, a splash of vanilla.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Homemade whipped cream, okay? So we're just gonna do a dollop of whipped cream.
Ooh, I'm ready to garnish one.
Yes, ma'am. And then we have some just strawberries cut in half. You can lay on them. Yep. Okay. You can hit some with your gingerbread man, just right in the middle. And you can do some sprinkles.
I want to take me one.
There you go.
Get creative with it.
Anything. Yep.
Candy canes. Oh, that's cute.
It's super cute. There you go.
So easy. Okay.
You ready to taste one, boo boo?
I am.
All right.
Let's see which one I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with the one with the sprinkles on it.
Yep.
All right. Let's see.
And so you just want to make sure after they come out of the oven, you want to let them come to room temperature for about an hour. You never want to put anything straight from the oven into the fridge.
Okay.
And so after they've come to room temperature in the fridge for a couple hours overnight.
All right, guys, let me try this.
I hope you like it.
No, it's the.
Yes, girl.
It's the crunch for me. I think my favorite part of the cheesecake is the graham.
The crust? You're a crust girl?
Yeah.
You're a crust girl?
So I'm about to go ahead and enjoy this cheesecake. Heather, how can we get in contact with you?
Okay, so right now I'm on Facebook as Heather Roland, ROLAND, or you can follow my bakeries page, sugarcane_205 on Instagram. I hope to see you guys there, and I'm about to get on one of these myself. I like the strawberry, so I'm about to make it do what it do with this cheesecake. And thank you so much again for having me.
You're so welcome.
I've had so much fun.
Listen, I have learned so much. I'm ready to get creative with my own lavender lemon cheesecake.
Let's do it.
Okay,
let's do it.
All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. See you next time.